I don't even know what I'm supposed to say. It's one of those days where my brain is not online, but I'm here. I'm online. And I want to give everybody a minute to show up before I dive in for the day. So I know I'm a minute early. I'm going to take a sip of water. Ground myself. I seriously sat here and spent several minutes grounding myself before logging in, thinking, okay, you got this. You know that you don't have to say anything. There's no expectations. And I sat here and did some breathing and stuff. And then the second I clicked to go live, all of that just went out the window. Hey, Gabo. Hello, Charles. I love that you guys are getting notifications. David, have I ever not entertained you? Because think about it. Either I'm going to make you laugh, I'm going to make you cry, I'm going to make you run screaming, I'm going to make you beg for your life. I mean, there'll be some kind of entertainment here, right? Hello, Troy. You know what makes me happy right now is to know that you guys have the bell clicked. You gave the bell some kisses, because otherwise you wouldn't have got the notification a minute early to know that I was online. So thank you guys. Hey, David. Other David. David 2. And Novato and Willie. So I have to just be honest. I'm not feeling it today. I'm not feeling great. I'm feeling really glum. And I'm not sure if my energy will shift or if maybe we can just hold space for each other, but I'm just feeling crummy. I woke up this morning feeling crummy, and I tried to shift that a little bit. I tried to sit with it. I did some yoga, I did some breathing, and was just, okay, we're just going to sit with the emotion. Then I said, okay, this emotion's starting to get a little too comfortable. Let's go try and shift the energy. So I went outside and I was gardening a bit, planting some new seeds and stuff, and then journaled for a while. And I'm just accepting that today is a blah day, and sometimes you have to hold space in your heart and have grace for those really days. Gabo says, today did an hour-long breathing session. On the first try, almost slipped over into possible out-of-body experience, but got scared and it pulled me back. Now I was getting ready for round 2 and saw the live. Had to come. I'm happy you're here. That's always very interesting. I've had that experience too when I'm meditating, and it just gets a little too deep, and sometimes you're, oh, I don't think I was prepared for that. Let's try again. Aaron is alive. Yes. Hello, Willie. Willie's also having a rough weekend. I'm here. I'm here with you. David says, hopefully you feel better soon. And we have a few floods here in Virginia. Wow, I'm really sorry. I hope that you and your loved ones are safe. So before I dive too far in, I do want to get the housekeeping out of the way, that I am not a licensed mental health professional. So anything I say, any advice or insights I give is based on my mental health journey or my schooling. I have a bachelor's in forensic psychology, or my experiences with other individuals that I've helped with their mental health, that I've been on that journey or part of that journey with. So I am not a licensed mental health professional. If you are really struggling, if you are in that dark place, please make sure that you're reaching out to a professional and you're getting the help you deserve. As you can see, it can get a bit crazy in here, so I highly suggest that you use that super chat or super sticker function, which will highlight the message so then I can see it. It's especially helpful when we're doing our wins, which are about midstream usually, so that I can see your win and read it with the community. If this is your first time, don't worry, we'll get there and I'll explain what that is. But that also allows me to do more outreach in the community. We haven't had a lot of pledges in the last couple of streams, so it's been kind of hard to really do a lot, but we still have been able to pay for therapy. We have been able to send out some journals and stuff. So I have been really grateful for that, but I really love doing that. And it's been a little sad to not be able to do that as much recently. Hey, Tony. Hey, T. Montgomery. He says, sometimes I wish I could dissociate on purpose. I have actually done that. There have been many situations, even in the last few weeks, where I've just selectively dissociated. But with his super chat and super sticker functions, every dime does go toward my mental health outreach. If you do want to make a bigger pledge toward that, please make sure that you're using PayPal or Venmo. Those not links, but those accounts are in the descriptions of my streams so that you can do that, and then YouTube won't take that fee. So all of your pledge will go toward the outreach, and there won't be any fee taken or anything. Novato says, I'm a noob in this live. I'm just start living 5 days ago. I'm excited to hear more. Thank you, David. David says, for the anxiety blob. So David is getting us kickstarted. Thank you. I needed that. I needed that win right now. I am an anxiety blob. I'm feeling like an anxiety blob today. I was feeling like an anxiety blob when I filmed my last vlog. It was really healing in a way. We'll get into it. Thank you. So our goal for the super chat, super sticker function is 250. So if we hit the goal, then I will do some sort of giveaway. We haven't hit the goal the last few times. I'm really hoping we can do that today. I'm really hoping for a good win because I'm feeling really stressed. I'm feeling really frustrated. I'm feeling really discouraged. And I know a lot of you can relate to that. And I just want to be transparent. I don't want to come on and put on a smile, and for a lot of reasons. I don't want to come on though and put on a smile and pretend that everything's okay, because I'm just not feeling that today. And I would tell everyone else, this is a place where we don't have to put on smiles. We don't have to put on the masks. We do that all the rest of the time, all the rest of the day. We don't have to do that on this stream. We don't have to do that on this channel, in this community. So, hey, Kevin. Kevin says, I'm sick. What's going on? I don't know where to put this. I adore you, David. I really do. I'm just going to put that here. My NSYNC boys can hold that. Whew. And I know part of this right now is just feeling discouraged with some of my goals. Part of it is pregnancy hormones. Part of it is just generalized anxiety. There's just a lot going on right now. Trying to catch up, trying to get things off my plate. A lot of things tend to hit at once. You ever notice that my dad used to say that things happen in threes? And I've been trying to stay on top of my different jobs, my different projects and everything. But I feel like every time I get one in order, then another one will start slipping, or there'll be several that are slipping all at once. And it's been really challenging. Like, I have to be honest, the channel has been really challenging for me lately because I feel like we're not growing, and I'm not sure why. It feels like everything's kind of slipping. Our pledges are slipping. Patreon slipped pretty drastically because that goes toward the mental health outreach as well. The views are slipping, and I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Is it the YouTube algorithm? What's going on? But it's just feeling incredibly discouraging because I do put a lot of myself into the content, especially my last vlog, and I know it was long. And I love every single one of you that took the time to watch that, because that was really me being as raw as I've ever been. It was me sharing very intimate parts of myself. So I appreciate those of you that did take time to watch it. And those of you that haven't, I would really appreciate it, because it was something it took me a long time to be able to have the courage and strength to share this part of my journey. So I would really appreciate the feedback and stuff. But it feels like when I do stuff that's more personal, it's not getting any traction. And I just become melancholy about it because I'm wanting to help, I'm wanting to share. And it's not like I don't like doing reactions, I do, but I have to mix it up. And I feel like I'm kind of being stunted. Does that make sense? I just needed to get that out. I needed to say that because it's really weighing on me. I love the channel. I love the community. I love every person here. But I feel like when the community is not growing and our stuff isn't monetized, and I'm just feeling kind of a weight about it, I'm struggling really hard to find the energy and enthusiasm sometimes to keep going. And the thing that does keep me from walking away is everyone's messages and everyone's comments of how much the content has helped and everything. But in my brain right now, I'm going, the content already exists. It's already there. So that's already available for people that need help. So I'm really struggling to keep going. Thank you so much, Tony. We're off to a good start today with the pledges. That makes me happy. I would really like to hit the goal today. I really would. I feel like that would be a drop in my bucket. I feel like what's happening is that I feel like I have been trying for a long time. I have this Messiah complex. I have this healer complex. I want to help and I want to love and I want to give. And I've never really had a problem with that. I've always liked to be the giver and I don't really ask for much in return. I don't need much in return. I've just been happy giving. But at this time, during the pregnancy and everything, I really was hoping for more support and more love and community and more closeness. And I'm just feeling stuck and I'm just feeling isolated. And to be honest, I don't trust myself that that's the objective reality, even though scientists are starting to find that there is no objective reality, by the way. But I'm just feeling like I'm not getting additions to my bucket, and I'm trying to make deposits in my happiness bank or my happiness bucket, and I'm just feeling very depleted. So I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. Thank you so much, Felony. Felony says congrats on your pregnancy. Thank you very much. It's been quite the journey, and I know, like I said, some of this is probably just pregnancy hormones, but I don't want it to be written off as that either. I don't want people to say, oh, she's hormonal right now. Of course she's feeling that way. It's real. It's been building for a while, and it's a real valid feeling. David says, you are brave. I've thought about creating content myself, but I know the fickle, short-focused social media blob would destroy me. It's taken a while, but it is starting to wear me down, and I have to look at, my pointer is not working. I have to look at this sign daily that says "No lite te bastardes carborundorum," don't let the bastards grind you down, and I have to remind myself of that daily, because when we are active figures on social media, we put ourselves out there in this way, there is that comparison trap that we fall into where we're going, why is that channel growing and mine isn't, or that person's content so much better than mine, and we get kind of jealous, or why is my channel not growing, or why am I not getting the community support that I'm looking for, whatever the case is. I know that is a side effect of the game, like the social media game, and I haven't. For the first while, it didn't bother me at all. For a long while, I didn't care. I saw the community growing, and I thought, that's all I want. I would rather have 1 million subscribers than $1 million. I don't care that the channel is not monetized or anything. Well, it is monetized, but most of the content isn't because of copyright for the songs and stuff. I don't care about that. I'm just feeling frustrated that the community is not really growing. We've been pretty stagnant for the last year. It's like a snail's pace. And I'm just, come into our little circle. But thank you guys for listening. I really just needed to say something, because I feel like if I just keep my mouth shut and keep producing content and keep just grinding it out, then that's making me a hypocrite, because I'm saying, guys, let's share our story. Let's talk about how we feel. And I did make a vlog quite a while ago about burnout. And after that, I worked it out. I started making some new content. It wasn't really well accepted, but it kind of staved that off for a while. I took a break. I made some new content. I'm not gonna like, this one is, I'm just really feeling crappy about the vlog. I really thought that it would be better received, and it took me years to be able to share that. And I had to delete a couple of nasty comments, and I lost some subscribers over it, and that really hurt. I'm not gonna lie, that really hurt. If I lose subscribers over a reaction, or if people leave nasty comments on a reaction, that's one thing. I accept that, but this was me bearing my heart and soul, and I'm feeling kind of rejected and slapped down right now. So that's where I'm at, and that's why I'm feeling kind of melancholy today. That feels good. That felt good to just say something. Let me take a minute and read some comments. Jesse says, your channel has been very uplifting for me. I'm a PTSD from military as well as survivor of SA. So finding places I can hear people who have been through things as well has helped me a ton. See, that's what I needed to hear right now. That's so what I needed to hear right now. I understand that not everybody can offer practical support or can do pledges for the community or whatever. Totally hold space for that. And I'm not complaining about that. But sometimes I do need reminders. Sometimes we do need practical help. So I appreciate hearing that. It does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Gabo Varga says, reality is what you believe it to be, like the light and two stripes test. Yep, if you look at it, it becomes two strips of light. You look away, boom, it falls into all possibilities. And I was watching a video over on the channel All Time. It's one of my favorite channels. And he was talking about Plato's allegory of the cave and how that is a person's reality. Like in that allegory, the individuals in the cave are looking at shadows that are being projected from other people, and to them those shadows are their reality. That's all they know reality as. So to them, that is their reality. But of course there's so much more than that. The problem is even when they find out that that's not objective reality, they still might not want to leave the cave because that's what's comfortable to them. So it's just a very interesting thing to really reflect on. But I did read a study not too long ago that said scientists are starting to agree that there's no such thing as objective reality. And I think it also goes into the whole, if a tree falls in the forest and no one hears it, did it really fall? Like, or does it make a sound? Sorry, does it make a sound? And I think that kind of plays into that. So if we're not witnessing it, is it happening? I think that's really interesting rabbit hole to fall into. And it's been helping a little bit for me to say, okay, this is my reality. And that's all that really matters. That's the key takeaway here, is my reality matters. Oh, thank you, Eugene. Thank you so much. It does help. It helps so much. David says, I hate puns about chairs. They just don't sit well with me. Oh my gosh. I'm writing down because I don't have a thing to track donations, so I write it down so that I can keep track of whether or not we hit our goal. Bryson had told me a joke the other day. He said, you never want to date a tennis player because to them love means nothing. I laughed way harder than I should have. It definitely made me snap a little bit. Tony says, I'm going to tell you what Colin told me the other day when I was holding back tears. Don't hold it in, you will feel better. And that's why, thank you. That's why I felt the need to really just be transparent about where I'm at. And I know some people might say, hey, you're being whiny, you're being first worldy. Oh my gosh, it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have or how many views you have on a video. But like this vlog, for example, this was something that I hadn't been able to do. I had thought in the beginning of my journey of trying to get pregnant and then being diagnosed with infertility and going through IVF, I thought every step of the way about sharing it. But as I said in that video, I just couldn't fathom putting that into the hands of people that I thought would either reject it or would tear it apart, would be rude, would be hateful because of some of the components of it. So it was really hard for me to do that. Actually, can I get a show of hands of someone who has shared something really difficult and then felt really rejected afterwards? Just the person didn't respond in the way you wanted them to, or maybe they didn't respond at all, or they responded in a toxic way, or whatever the case may be, that you just didn't feel good after sharing. Because I think that's something we don't talk about. And I say this a lot. I find myself saying that a lot. This is something we don't talk about. And I go, well, yeah, because we don't talk about pretty much anything mental health related outside of communities like this. But I feel like people tell us, well, you just need to talk about it. You just need to open up. But how frequent is it that we do that to get shot down? Or we do that and it's not well received. We do that and the person just kind of turns on us. I've had that happen a lot. So yeah, see, Gabo's here, like David's here, Amy's here, Danny. Yeah, so that is not an uncommon thing. It does not reflect on you at all. Does not reflect on you. Thank you to Aaron. Aaron is joining in on the donation train. Entity says, thank you so much for everything you do for mental health. Thank you guys for what you're doing for my mental health right now. This is literally so reflective of where I'm at right now, where part of me is, I'm it's not that I'm not being grateful and saying, you know what, we still are getting new community members, and we might not be growing fast, but we are getting new community members, and I'm getting some Poshmark sales. I have told you guys about my little Poshmark Pango Books side hustle thing that I do, because number one, it helps clear things out. Number two, it's another way to raise money. That one is for me. I'm kind of using it for my mental health, been using it to help with Morgan, the Chihuahua's vet bills, been using that for more personal things, but it helps me feel closer to my parents, because my mom and I would go vintage shopping, and because my dad did resell before resell was a thing. So it just makes me connect to them. And I hit my 50 sales in there the other day, so that was kind of a little win. It's not like I'm not looking for the wins. It's not like I'm not being grateful, but you know what? We have real human feelings sometimes, and they're not always rainbows and sunshine, right? I feel a lot better seeing all the hands that it's sometimes. Oh, David, yeah. David, the funny thing is Bryson told me that same joke. You're right. You had told that on stream too, but Bryson told me that same joke when I picked him up from school the other day. So y'all must have seen the same thing with that tennis joke. But yeah, it's totally not abnormal to feel rejected, to just feel like you're not getting the support you need. And you know what? In the vlog, it was like, here is what I'm needing right now. I'm just needing to be loved on. I need to be doted on. I mean, if you can't offer practical support and stuff like that, cool. But I'm just needing love and community right now. Eugene says, I barely noticed that you're pregnant. I can't tell until you point it out. Well, in fairness, you can't really see most of me, so you definitely can tell if I'm standing. She's there, I promise. She's there, and she's blipping away under Jesse Spano. I hope Warrior Poet shows up today, because we were talking about Elizabeth Berkley. Yeah, Elizabeth Berkley. We were talking about Jesse Spano the other day, so I'm hoping he shows up and appreciates the reference. Oh, Felony. Felony says, I am going to write you an email because you're not seeing what I'm writing that you need to see. I'm so sorry. There are a lot of messages in here, and I know that I'm kind of taking the reins a little bit here. I'm kind of sharing my own struggles right now, because I like to believe that it's a two-way street. So yes, you can email me, and I will definitely see it that way if you can't use super chat or super sticker function, because I can't really scroll through everything here either. Felony says, thank you. I'm trans in this country right now. We're dropping quick. Self-harm issues are high. I've lost 3 trans friends to self-harm in 6 weeks. I could be next. It stated it. I am so sorry that you are not getting the support, that your friends aren't getting the support they deserve. And I highly suggest connecting with the local LGBTQ plus, I always forget all the letters now, LGBT community, to hopefully find some people that can hold space for you, because it can certainly seem overwhelming. Obviously, this community is a very accepting and safe place, so you're not going to get any judgment here, and anybody that does try to do that will be removed from the community. But I am really sorry that your friends aren't getting the support that they need, that you're not getting the support that you need. But I really do hope that you will consider connecting with some of those groups that can help you not only feel seen, but that can help in a very targeted way. So there are mental health professionals that specialize with the LGBT community, because there's, like with everything, like with veterans, there's very specific needs, very specific things that community faces, just like there's very specific needs and things that you're facing. And I just want to make sure that you're getting the support you need. And if you need help finding some of those in your area, just let me know in the email, and I will help you connect with some of those. who I feel like I'm really struggling to breathe here. I've been getting kind of short of breath lately. I think she's just weighing more and more. So Eugene says Elizabeth Berkley is so hot. Just saw her on Cobra Kai. She still looks good. That was where Warrior Poet was talking about her. I do want to read a good news story. So before we dive in deeper, I do want to do a good news story because I think we all probably need to hear it right now. And while we're in the subject, I know a lot of people are struggling with the current atmosphere, like the current political social atmosphere. So based on a lot of things that I've been hearing, a lot of the fears, a lot of the anxieties I've been hearing, I thought this would be a really good news story for a lot of people. So Michael Jordan opens another health clinic in home state of North Carolina. 4 clinics now serve the uninsured. After donating tens of millions of dollars, Michael Jordan is celebrating the opening of another vital community health hub, the 4th Michael Jordan Family Medical Clinic, to open in North Carolina. The latest is the 2nd clinic open in Jordan's hometown of Wilmington, and all are founded in collaboration with Novant Health. It will officially welcome patients on February 19th, focusing on strengthening primary care for all patients, including individuals who are uninsured or underinsured, which is a good chunk of the population. The 7,300 square foot clinic at 416 North 30th Street has 12 patient rooms and will be open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's truly gratifying to know that in less than a year, our first Novant clinic in Wilmington has already made a meaningful impact on the health and well-being of individuals and families in my hometown, said Mr. Jordan. Visiting Wilmington last year for the opening of our first clinic was incredibly moving, and it reinforced just how important access to quality healthcare is for the community. We're profoundly grateful to Michael Jordan for his generosity and vision in making these 2 clinics a reality in our community, said Ernie Bobbio, president of the Novant Health Coastal Region. Thanks to his philanthropy and his partnership, our Greenfield Street clinic that opened last year served nearly 1,800 patients in its first 9 months. Novant Health and Jordan first launched this clinic concept in Charlotte in 2019 with a pair of clinics that were strategically placed to address barriers to care, including transportation. Many of the Charlotte patients never had a primary care visit before they were welcomed into Michael Jordan clinics, where patients found a sense of hope. That is tragic that there was a good chunk of people that had never even had a primary care visit. That's criminal. Building on the success of this model, a $10 million gift from Jordan to the Novant Health Foundations made it possible to add 2 more clinics in Wilmington. Starting next week, patients can schedule appointments by calling 910-833-9140. In addition to the clinic's primary care team, a community health worker will assist patients with community resources, and both Wilmington offices also support the work of Novant Health's community care cruiser to further serve individuals across the region. I just think that is really inspiring to me because I know that there was a lot of anxiety and a lot of, of uncertainty surrounding the future of healthcare. And I do think that there are a lot of people that will step up. I think that in times of crisis like that, there are going to be a lot of people that will step up and hopefully start initiatives like this. And hopefully it doesn't come to that. It doesn't seem like it's going to come to that. But I do think that people will stand up. The good people will stand up and start these initiatives. Nathan, thank you so much. Nathan says, hey, Amanda, I wanted to know if you would do a reaction to XXXTentacion Wing-Ridden Angel. It's like his song Jocelyn Flores. Much love. Let me make a note of that. It's crazy because I did a reaction. Jocelyn Flores. I did the Jocelyn Flores reaction, and I was really shocked that didn't get more traction because it was at the suggestion of a reactor friend of mine to do that one. And theirs had went over really well, and then mine bombed pretty hard, and I don't know what that was about, but yeah, maybe I'll dive back in. So I made note of that. Thank you so much, Nathan. I wish I could figure out how to do live reactions. I can do them kind of over in Patreon. I do some live reactions sometimes or I'm about to film a Patreon exclusive reaction. I'm going to start doing more of those. I'm about to film a Patreon exclusive reaction for this coming week that's going to be posted. But I can't figure out how to do it here on stream because you have to go through StreamYard or something. And in the times that I've tried to do that, it has not worked for me. I am not a technologically proficient person, as you can tell by the fact that I'm sitting here having to write down our pledges and stuff. Okay, oh my gosh, my gosh, my gosh. There were so many messages all at once. Yes, David, I'm so happy that you get to have another 21st birthday. I know I said it on the day, but happy birthday again. Entity says, I do have a quick question. Can you give me any advice on how to open up to my girlfriend? I'm afraid she's going to tell me to man up or something along those lines, and I'm worried about my mindset. See, that's a really tricky one for me because from the outside, I want to say, well, if she says that, then that's not a person that you would want to be with long term. If your partner can't hold space for your emotions, if your partner can't hold space for your feelings, then that's a huge red flag. Somebody call in the red flag guy. I love that guy, by the way. I love his channel. But I think starting with smaller things, just starting with more kind of inconsequential things and then building up. So maybe sharing something that's just a little uncomfortable but isn't the top tier struggles that you're having can help you build that confidence and can help you guys bond more, can help you guys strengthen the bond, because it sounds like that bond just needs time to really grow, that you guys need the opportunity to flourish, that you guys need the opportunity to be able to build that trust. So I would start with the smaller stuff and work my way up. Sean James says XXX Tentaction, I think is how you say it, was taken from this planet too soon. Was I aware that I had no idea that they're not here now. Danny says, I understand my channel is struggling as well. It's such a competitive market. Yeah, it really is. And I feel, I think I'm going to make an actual video about this because maybe I'm missing something. I feel like our community was doing really good for a while, but then the subscribers stopped. Patreon dropped by like 50%. We've dropped in half. The pledges in the stream stopped. Not getting as much interaction, as many comments and stuff. So I just feel like everything kind of tanked within the last 6 months to a year, which really broke my heart because this was when I was hoping to build the community. This was when I was hoping to have the support the most, was during the pregnancy. And I just feel like everything started crashing and burning all at once. And it's been very disheartening because I've really been wanting to see it grow. I've been really wanting to feel more confident when I do take a little bit of time off, because obviously I'm going to take a little bit of time off when she's born. I might pre-film some stuff. I'm actually going to light a candle. Edward had got me this candle, actually. I do plan to take some time off. I might pre-film some stuff. I haven't really decided yet. It just depends on how much energy I have in the next couple of months to do that, whether or not I have the excess energy to be able to do that or not. Just, yeah, let's just get some therapy in there. David says you need your oh my gosh. Yes and no. I would rather literally delete my channel right now and never, ever, ever show my face on the internet ever again than have some ridiculous drunken moment of me posted on the internet that is what makes me, I'm not even gonna say famous, she's infamous. But I do need that thing that kind of propels. Because I remember back when I had the goal of just, getting the channel monetized and everything, and not for the monetary purposes, but I like to have goals, and it's really, it's just a very easy landmark to hit, where you're like, okay, right now I just have this little small channel. My goal is to get monetized because that's another, that's kind of another badge, that's another badge of honor. It's like my Duolingo streak, where I just really want to hit 2,500 or 3,000 days, and I'm currently at 2,678. So of course the next one's like, I just want to hit 3,000 days. Or with Posh, it's like, I just want to hit that 100 sales, you know? So I remember back then when I was just sitting there and I was so bummed because I'm literally losing subscribers. I was sitting at 700 and something for months and months and months. But I kept losing subscribers. I gained one to lose two, and I was watching it like a hawk, and it was just so depressing. And then one day I did the Night Wish reaction, and boom, the channel was monetized literally overnight. I woke up the next morning and went, is there a glitch on YouTube right now? Because I gained so many followers and so much interaction and stuff that I literally thought there was a glitch on YouTube, because I was sitting at like I was sitting at under 1,000 watch hours with 700 some odd subscribers, and you needed 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, and I'm sitting there going, okay, did I get another hour? Did I get another hour? Did I get another subscriber? And I was kind of obsessing over it, and then I did Night Wish, and it definitely kind of boosted the channel. And every morning I just want to have that experience again. I just want to wake up to a bunch of Posh sales and the channel just blowing up, and just some good wins like that, you know, some pledges, whatever the case is. I'm definitely putting deposits in my own happiness bank in my own bucket, but I'm needing some external stuff right now. And that's what I'm hoping is just one morning I'm going to wake up, my vlog is going to have blown up. There's going to be pledges so I can do more outreach, Posh sales so I feel more secure with everything going on personally. That's what I need. RX Talk says I'm at 870 days on Duolingo. Yay! What language are you learning? Steven says, hi, Amanda. How are you doing? I'm struggling with lots of self-harm. No matter how much I talk about trying to help myself, it's not working. I actually did a video quite a while back, a couple years ago now, on how I personally quit self-harming and what helped me. David, can you drop the link for that? Because it can be a very difficult thing. And talking about streaks and stuff, if I'm being totally honest, the only reason that I haven't done that again when things have gotten really tough is because now I've built such a streak. I'm going, I can't lose my streak. I can't lose my streak of not engaging in that behavior. So now it's just a streak situation. But you know what? Whatever you got to hold on to. David says, I think learning another language is so positive and great for growth. Let me see if I can find the link. I actually wrote an article for a language. Yep, here we go. For French Together, because I speak French. And I wrote an article back in 2019 about how my French journey helped me with mental health. And it's probably going to be a really long link. Why won't it let me send it? Oh my gosh, it's too long. Ugh, that's really frustrating. Hang on. Let me put it through TinyURL. Because, yeah, it really can help you. And this goes more into it. This link goes more into it. But largely, it causes you to think with different parts of your brain. And it's very, very hard. Let me know. Somebody check that and let me know if that works. That should take you to a French Together website about how language learning helped me with my depression. But when you're trying to conjugate verbs, you can't really be thinking much about your problems. And that's one of the reasons I continue to engage in these language learning apps and stuff. I love it so much because it really does help you be mindful in that moment. Horizon Black says, my problems with mental health are stigmatized, so it makes it hard to reach out. That's what I was saying yesterday when I posted the vlog. That's what I was saying in the vlog, is that there are certain things that people just don't understand. And I trust that even though I'm losing subscribers and stuff over that vlog, even though it's not going over well, I trust that those of you that love me are going to love me regardless of if we agree with everything or if I share something that doesn't resonate with you. So that you will always find your tribe. There's always people out there that will understand, whether it's other people that are going through the same thing, or I just tend to be a pretty understanding person that even if I don't agree with you, I still want to hold space for you. I still want to hear about your journey. So I hope that you can share here and that you can garner more support and understand that not everybody is a judgmental douchebag. Entity says, I also want to say thank you for everything you do for this community through these streams, for what you do for me on Instagram. It means so much, truth unheard. I'm so glad that you feel heard and that you feel seen, and that the community is helping, that these streams are helping, because part of my brain is just, Amanda, you would freak out if you walked away from the channel, and a part of me is just, I can't do this. And I don't want to take a break because I don't think that's the solution. I just want things to move in the right direction. That's what I want. I don't want to quit. I just want things to move in the right direction. I feel like I've been spending the last 6 months to a year, about a year, trying to figure out what am I doing wrong? How can I move things in the right direction? So Horizon Black says, I have sociopathy and psychotic depression. I think there's quite a few people actually here in the community that have psychotic depression. And one of my good friends that I've been friends with for many years, I know that sociopath and psychopath aren't medical terms, but I'm going to use them as we all understand them. My friend does have psychopathic tendencies, that he does not feel empathy, but he is one of the best friends that I could ask for. He's a great, great person. So I definitely can't judge for that, because I happen to know someone who is a psychopath, a little bit different than a sociopath. So for those of you that don't know, sociopaths tend to be more impulsive. Psychopaths tend to be more calculated. Sociopaths tend to have a bit of a shorter fuse. Psychopaths tend to be able to be more calm. So there are differences, obviously, between the two. But I do think that it's one of those things that needs to be talked about more. Just because they're not a medical diagnosis, there's still a lot of value in understanding what those terms mean. Yeah, it is usually accepted that psychopaths are born that way and sociopaths are made. But I would argue that, because there's a lot of situations where psychopaths, and yes, antisocial personality disorder, they do refer to psychopaths and sociopaths in the DSM-5, but it's not its own diagnosis particularly. At least I was looking at the DSM-5 last year, and it was not its own diagnosis. It's kind of mentioned in ASPD. But I have seen people that like my friend who has psychopathic tendencies but was not born that way. It's due to a traumatic brain injury. So there's a lot of things that need to be explored more with that. Gabo says, that's a scary friend to have. I could push you down this hill now, but I won't because you're my friend. He little did you know he's for real. But I feel like there's a part of me, I mean, if we're being honest, I feel like all of us have intrusive thoughts like that at some point. And we don't necessarily have to have empathy to tell us that's not a good idea. Pushing someone down the hill is not a good idea. That doesn't necessarily require empathy. He's found other ways. Actually, I posted an interview with him over on my Patreon because I was just asking him some questions and stuff about his experiences with this. So any of you that are interested, that is something that's available to Patreons. I do want to do the snap cut before it gets too late. We usually do it at halfway, and we're 45 minutes in. Let's see. Let's check for pledges. We're at 30. So we're at 100 out of 250, so just under halfway for our goal. We have about 15 more minutes. Oh, David, you are spoiling me today, my love. David says, I love Amanda, every part of her, not because I agree with every part, but because all those parts make her who she is, and I love her as a whole. And I love you too, David. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is where I'm at, guys. I just almost reached into the snap cup without doing the song. It was somewhere between me just being scattered and David touching my heart that you almost made me forget to sing the snap cup song. So for those of you that are new, I will post a few days before the stream for community members to be able to post their wins, and everybody has a win. Even if we are feeling like an anxiety blob, even if we're feeling crummy, everybody has a win. And I just like to share these on stream. So this is full of warm fuzzies. This is full of wins from our community members, but it comes with a song. So snap cup time, gather ye round, friends and foes together, united and bound. Pass it to your neighbor instead of blowing up, and you'll find harmony and love in a snap cup. Thank you, Erin. And if you do want me to read your win, it's not in here that you didn't see in the community post, just FYI, if you do give the bell a few kisses, you should get notified of community posts, so you'll know A, when these streams are, and B, you'll get notified a few days ahead with the wins post, so you can share that. But as of right now, I will try to catch posts here in the stream, but if you really want to make sure that I see your win, just use that super chat or super sticker function. Alrighty. Faith Harris says, it's not exactly a win, but I've learned I've gained a lot of weight recently and it's getting worse. So I'm going to do my best to lose 43 pounds to get down to a healthy weight. That's absolutely a win to realize, hey, I'm not feeling good about this. And I like having that drive, that motivation, hopefully a plan. I would suggest that you have a very specific idea of what healthy weight means to you, because it's a lot easier to reach goals if they're measurable. So that's my suggestion. With big snaps to you, that's absolutely a win. Gabo says, I kissed the bell. Well, display kissed my face a few days ago as it fell on my face. Thanks for the laugh. Ashley Carper says, decided to come off all my mental health meds. I know it will be tough, but I'm going to try to quiet the voices in my head telling me I can't go on. I do think that there's a lot of value. I know a lot of people here in the community that have come off meds. I just always say, please do so under the guidance and under the care of a professional, because some mental health meds you can't cold turkey. You cannot just come off of them on your own. But I am very happy for you that you are making that decision and that you're trying to go in another direction if you feel that that's best for you. Just make sure that you are, like I said, seeing a professional and you are monitoring and being honest with your professional, because when you come off meds, it can seem like, oh, well, I'm doing better, so I don't need the meds anymore. And then you come off of them and you start spiraling, but you don't make that connection. So keep a journal of your mood from day to day. Once you come off of them, talk to a professional, be honest with said professional, but snaps nonetheless, that you are making that decision and that you are trying to move forward in quieting the voices, because you can go on. So big snaps to you. Hey, Chet. Starting to feel a little bit better being here, but still just bleh. Charles, are you still in here, Charles? I haven't seen a message from Charles in a bit. Charles says, got up today and listened to some music. It lifted my spirits. Music can just be so healing. Snaps to you for being able to have that in your toolbox to turn to, knowing what can lift your spirits. Big snaps to you. RX Doc says, I'm the worst patient when it comes to taking meds. As a pharmacist, does that make me a hypocrite? No, because I am a psych major and there's so many things that I know, like I know to be fact. But as I was saying in my vlog, sometimes I'm like Alice from Alice in Wonderland, that I give myself very good advice, but then I very seldom follow it. So it's understandable. I actually had a friend who he did therapy, and his specialty was helping people who were in DV relationships that were coming out of that and stuff. And the irony is he found himself in one of those. And he said, I can tell people all the live long day how to get out of them, how to heal from them. But then I find myself in one. So it's kind of common for people to do that. And it's good that you're aware, though, because it allows you to take more action. Entity, are you still in here? Entity says, I have successfully earned a little bit of trust from my inner child. Plus, I was able to cry a little bit for the first time in 8 years. That's beautiful. As a man, we are told we aren't supposed to cry, so I think I deserve a pat on the back for that. Well, I will give you snaps. I can't be there to pat you on the back, but I will give you big snaps. That's such a huge step. being able to have that release, especially when you have been surrounded by people, or even you're feeling pressured by society to be a certain way, to show up a certain way. It's really beautiful when you can finally have that release, because it's kind of like doing it on your terms, saying, you know what, I'm going to do what I feel like I need to do. And if that doesn't work for you, then bye, Felicia. So big snaps to you for that. Oh, David says, I found your Patreon. I'm going to join next month. Thank you guys so much, seriously, for hearing me. And I haven't been able to read all the comments, but I haven't seen a single person get nasty or call me names or make accusations. I see you guys really stepping up to try to support, and I needed that so bad today. So thank you so much. That really means a lot. So much I just dropped a snap. No. Elise, I don't think Elise is in here. I haven't seen Elise in here. We did get Elise's journal sent out correctly. I'd made a mistake in writing the address, but we did get Elise's journal. I want to know, Elise, if you're in here, if you got that. I'm really, I like the verification so I don't sit and think about it, because my brain already has 100 tabs open. But Elise says, I started writing a book. I love it. That's such a huge thing. It can be very therapeutic. Whether it's a book about your life or a fiction book or whatever, it can be so therapeutic. It can be so fun. It's such a great artistic expression, which can very much help our mental health. So big snaps to you. It's a huge undertaking, but it can feel so good just putting words on paper. So big snaps to you. Sandwich says, tore up the suicide note I had written and then played Eric Bischoff's theme afterward because I felt back and better than ever. I love that so much. I love it. You know, obviously I love Eric Bischoff. He's like my adopted dad, but oh, this makes me so happy. Not only that you played a song, obviously, but that you tore up your note, that you were able to let that go and find that empowerment again, find that strength again. I'm so happy. This is the kind of stuff that I love hearing, is when we say, nope, not today, Satan, not today, Shadow. We're not going there, and find that strength again. And sometimes it can be very hard, but Eric's song is a pretty good one. For everybody that doesn't know it, I'm going to play a piece here. I was going to say, I wish I could do that. I wish I had a device that played music. So let's give some snaps and celebrate for a second. We'll just play a second of it. I'm back, and I'm better than ever. I'm next for making things better. 'Cause your opinion don't matter. It's a man that's gonna step on the road. Oh, Bischoff, I love Eric so much. I think, is it okay if I share that with Eric and his wife? Because I think he's going to be very, very happy to hear that. That makes me so happy. And just having that, like, no, your opinion don't matter. And sometimes you have to tell your shadow that. It's not just other people. It's like, no, your opinion doesn't matter right now. I have to find my way back to myself. So I actually don't know who the artist of that song is. I just looked up Eric Bischoff, I'm Back. That's a theme song. So if you just look up Eric Bischoff, I'm Back, great uplifting song. So yeah, David, just look up Eric Bischoff, Bischoff, and it will come up on YouTube. But big snaps to you, Sandwich. Eugene says, I got the power, and all I could think about was that scene on Bruce Almighty where he's like walking down the street. Oh gosh. RX Stack, here's yours. I decided to try something new this week, so I bought a tattoo machine. I figured instead of harming myself when I start to spin out, I'll just give myself a new tattoo instead. I know this doesn't sound great, but I self-harm a lot, and my mental health team hasn't provided any other suggestions to stop it. This is at least productive and will save me a ton on new tattoos. David had actually posted, I think, that link earlier, so I hope that gives some suggestions too. But you know what? I got this tattoo on a whim back when I was still self-harming. I woke up one day and said, either I'm going to do something very destructive or I'm going to go get a tattoo today. So I went and got a tattoo that day, and that's where this tattoo came from. So I can definitely relate to that. And if you have that artistic ability, then it's your body, and I think that that can be a constructive thing for a while to help you move away from it. So snaps to you for finding an alternative. Did everything just freeze? Because I'm not seeing any messages, and the count just drastically dropped. Are we still live? I hope that we're still live. Nathan says, how much is the tattoo machine? So obviously you heard that. Okay, we're live. Okay, weird. It's just the chat froze and stopped, and then the count dropped pretty hard. So weird. All right, everybody's still here. I'm just losing it. Just lose it. Thank you, David, for posting that again. Okay. Did you really have to shift onto my bladder, little girl? Of course she did. Of course she did. I think we're at about halfway, so we're still a little short of halfway. If we get close, I'll definitely stay on a few minutes longer so we can try and hit our goal, our pledge goal. Tony Travis says, biggest win of them all is that Aiden was at the house last weekend for the first time since December 2023. Wasn't Aiden at the house? I thought that was the win last time. Am I getting something confused? Anyway, I got my new car this past Wednesday, 2020 Chevy Equinox. Visited with Sarah and Matthew Anthony, my godson, Thursday. Sarah's doing well considering, and little man is growing like a weed. He's now 3 months old, and I see his daddy's stubborn, strong-willed attributes in him as he is trying to roll on his back, which he's almost there. Matt would be right next to him, cheering him on. He absolutely would. And I'm just trying to do the best I can as it relates to being that father figure. No one replaces Matt, of course. I've definitely had low points recently, but I've made a playlist of songs for when I'm there to help dig myself out of that hole. The big one is one that I mentioned to Amanda. The song is titled I Am by Brandon Davis, Brings Me Peace. The final win is one that is a sentimental thing, and that is that I have y'all as family. Love y'all. We love you too, and big snaps for more improvements with Aiden, for getting a new car, having that straightened out, and for all of the wins with little Matthew Anthony. So big snaps to that. Oh, Tony's saying multiple weekends. Okay. So I just wanted to be sure that I was clear and understanding, but big snaps to you. Thank you. And I'm glad that we can be family and be honest with each other. Oh, Aiden has had 3 weekends in a row. Whoa, that's huge. So, okay, so you're saying you saw Aiden 3 weekends in a row, but this last weekend was the first time that he was at the house. Is that my understanding? Again, I just have to clear things up in my head or I go crazy. Jake Smith says, became an emotional support for Kim after her dad passed away. Kim is Jake's partner. It was a difficult time, but we're getting through. I'm so sorry for Kim's loss. Losing parents, that's I have experience. I lost both my parents. My dad in 05 and my mom in 07 is just one of the worst things to me. Losing a baby was also very difficult, but I feel like I've struggled since losing them. And of course, there's ways to connect to them. There's ways to connect to their love and their memory. And that's what I suggest. I have a vlog where I posted about doing Mother's Day without my mom. And while that was specific to my mom and my baby from the miscarriage, it obviously will apply to any kind of loss. And it has a lot of the suggestions that I have for dealing with grief and for honoring loved ones. So I would suggest checking that vlog out. But snaps to you for being able to get through that. It is difficult. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not going to just gloss over, to just float over. It's a huge hit in our lives when we lose people that close to us. So I'm really glad that you guys have each other and that you have that emotional support for each other. And tell Kim that she is more than welcome on the stream as well if she needs to talk, if she needs someone who's been there and who understands. Oh, my back is definitely my back is feeling pregnant. Okay, so we got a couple more minutes. Let me get this exact. So I think, yeah, we're at 115 with a goal of 250. Still have a few more minutes. We'll see if we can hit the halfway in a few more minutes, then we'll probably stick around a little bit longer till I get summoned for dinner, which I can hear being made right now. But hello, Rolling Pin Reviewer. I love it. Hello. Is this your first stream? I don't recognize the screen name. Oh, special guest.
Special guest.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Mom.
Have you been listening?
Yeah.
Biggest supporter right here.
Yep.
Oh, what music do you like, Bryston?
Me?
I don't know if he's asking you, but I think.
What type or what?
Just what music?
Song?
A couple of your favorite songs or bands.
One of my favorite songs is Imagine Dragons, or bands is Imagine Dragons.
What song?
Believer, one of their biggest hits.
What do you think is a really good mental health song?
Demons, actually.
Is that Imagine Dragons too?
Yeah.
So everybody needs to check out Demons by Imagine Dragons. Please don't tell me that you're coming to tell me dinner's already ready.
No, it's almost ready.
Okay.
We're kind of almost ready.
Excellent job, Preston. Your mom is awesome. I know.
Yeah, she's perfect.
See, look at this.
She gets massages.
See, I've trained him well. And Titi says I sang it in elementary school. Heard it's beautiful. Aww. Thank you. Emo Paw says, hi, Amanda and everyone in the chat. We are just, wait.
How close are we?
So that put us at halfway. So we're at what's 115 plus 20?
115 plus 20 is 135.
Yes. Yes, we're 135. So we've hit halfway. So I will hang out for a little bit longer so we can try and get there. Keep chatting. Does anybody else have any wins that we can give snaps for? Do you hear everybody's wins?
I heard a few of them.
You had some good wins. What's your win for the week?
I got an 89% on my math test on Friday.
Snaps for Bryston. Math is a big struggle, so that is a big improvement. I'm very proud of him. My win for the week was hitting my 50th sale on Poshmark. That was like a cool little benchmark to hit. So that was my month sale. But that was my win.
Almost. Look at that. David, it's almost as big.
We're just going to have to,
No!
Does anybody have
started playing the lyrics of...
Does anybody have a bathroom that I can chain this kid up in so we can... Your feet are getting too big too. Your legs are getting too tall. It's just not cool. Look at this.
Almost as tall as
Yeah, look at this. I don't know.
I don't know.
Get my pregnant butt up.
Here. Almost as
What
tall.
is this? What is this?
I'm like...
I like how you...
Back to back.
I'm like this. Back to back to bump. To bump. I am short. I'm only about 5'4", so you want to go help him set dinner?
We're making nachos, remember? So he literally just had to boil some cheese and that's it.
Boys are always taller, and I'm shorter. Charlie's Angels. Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna be taller than me by next year.
What's the bump doing?
She has been quiet. I think we put her to sleep. Oh, watch out. I think we put her to sleep. Oh my gosh. David says math is my kryptonite too, and I read it as meth. I was going to say meth is everyone's, well, not kryptonite because most people aren't drawn to it, but
What's NSYNC? Mom, we need to find their address.
No, he said in sick, so it doesn't count.
Okay, it doesn't count.
Hello, Spencer, by the way. Danny says dishes. Nope. I can't see Spencer. Erasing. Deleted.
They didn't even spell NSYNC right, so. Otherwise, Spencer, you would be no more.
Danny says that I'm an amazing person. He's an amazing kid. Pretty awesome little dude. Gonna mess up your hair on stream.
Wow. I can undo your makeup. I will just dump a bunch of water on your face. I have water right
Pretty
here.
sure they've seen me at my worst, especially.
I'm
Here,
sorry.
move your leg away. The vlog yesterday that I posted had some real emotional stuff in there, like more emotional than any reaction I've ever done. There were some real raw moments of my life in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, never do drugs. Emo says I'll never do drugs in my life.
Yeah.
Good call. Don't do drugs.
I heard it's disgusting. I haven't tried it, obviously, because I don't want to, number one. And it sounds disgusting. And I don't want to taste sounds and see color, or see numbers. Or
Yeah,
not see
see
numbers.
numbers.
Taste sounds and hear colors.
There you go.
I don't want to taste sounds and hear colors.
I'm not gonna lie. He knows this, that in my teen years I made some poor decisions that I regret and partook in some very specific special trees.
Mom, you can say it.
I actually don't want to say it on the stream yet.
YouTube.
Well, I did say meth, so I can't imagine that marijuana could be worse. But yeah, I did smoke marijuana in my teen years. And there was a time where I swore I heard my hair growing. And now I look back and go, why did I ever think that that was a good idea? Why was that ever an experience I thought would be pleasurable?
Those are man bands. Justin is mine. I don't
see. 13-year-old me would throw down and fight you for Justin, but now here's one of my lessons of adulthood. So I actually thought about making a video that's just Amanda's lessons of adulthood, and they're just like silly little things. But one of them was 13-year-old me wanted to marry Justin Timberlake. But then as an adult, I realized, my mom was right all along. My mom was right all along that Joey is the one you want to go for. Joey Fatone is the one that you want to go for.
If anybody can name every NSYNC member with their last name,
they can Google it.
Don't Google it.
Go help finish with dinner.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
I'm out now.
Wait, your mom was right? I'm always right. Shh. Oh, hey, Elise. We read your win. So I did give you snaps. I'm very happy. I hope you got your journal. Let me know if that has come through. Spencer Nick Carter was Backstreet Boys. Ugh. Know your history. Jeez. And Nick Carter's still Backstreet Boys. Backstreet Boys are still actively touring. Green is pretty awesome. Oh, good. I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you love it. Even if dinner's not ready soon, she's going to smush my bladder. I have a bladder the size of a peanut to start with. So this has been very challenging for me to navigate this because obviously I've been having to go more frequently. And right now I'm sitting here going, I'm trying to hold it so we can meet our pledge, our pledge goal. I'm trying to hold it for the love of my bladder, guys. Help me out here because I am going to explode. Hey, Tyler. I love Blink. I do love Blink. I was just listening to Blink-182. Actually, Bryson and I's song is Miss You by Blink-182. I Miss You by Blink-182. David says smash the bell like Aurora smashes her bladder. Yeah, she's not super active right now, but she shifted down right onto my bladder. I'm going, I have to pee, but I don't want to leave if we're going to hit the goal. I don't want to do it because I want to be able to do more outreach. I think that it would really help me just to be able to do that outreach and stuff in the next couple of weeks to have something more to focus on because I'm feeling crummy. I'm feeling like I don't know how much longer I can do this. I don't know how much longer I can hold on. David says, Amanda, did you hear about the Megan Boswell case? She's found guilty. I did not. I don't follow a lot of news. Full bladders apparently do make good pillows for feti. Is that the plural for fetus? Is it fetus? Fetuses or feti? Spencer says, I don't stop on road trips. Ha ha ha. Maybe I need one of those Shiwi things, and then I can just, pee on stream and nobody will ever know. Elise says, I could use some support from this community. My parents are becoming more and more and more controlling. I think I had just seen a message that said my parents won't let me go to court against them. Well, the thing is with emancipation, you don't need their permission. So if you're trying to get emancipated, you don't need their permission. The first step would be talking to a social worker and explaining the situation. And the social worker can help you file the paperwork and stuff without their consent. Because the whole point of emancipation is if your parents are being controlling, if your parents are being super restrictive or being abusive, because obviously abusive parents aren't going to consent to their parent or to their child becoming emancipated. I would suggest, okay, I can't drive. You should still be able to call a social worker and they can provide transportation. So again, actually, let me make a note. I will look into your area and see what I can find and follow up by email, because obviously we have the email chain where I had your address and everything. Okay. And I'll see what I can find.
She doesn't have to crush her bladder anymore.
Why?
Dinner's ready.
Oh no! Dinner's ready?
I'm sorry.
Dinner's ready. We didn't hit our goal. I'm bummed. We hit 135, so that's not too terrible. A little over halfway of our goal. If you're watching this later, as always, you can pledge through PayPal or Venmo. That's always in the description of the streams. So you can give that way if you are watching this at a later time. Apparently we're doing, Elise, yes, I will connect you and Tony. Elise, Tony, connect. Apparently nachos, which I have not had nachos in forever and a day, but that's what Bryson wanted. And I thought, you know what, that sounds kind of good. So we'll go with nachos. I haven't had a lot of food cravings, but I've had a lot of food aversions. So finding something that sounds decent to me, I will jump all over it. So yes, guys, thank you. Thank you for the pledges. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for just letting me get that off my chest. It was really hurtful. Like I said, if you haven't watched the newest vlog, it would mean a lot to me if you did watch that. It's the most personal thing I've ever posted. It goes really deep. If you want to see emotional Amanda, watch the vlog, because the most crushing and happy moments of my life are in there. So the reactions to those actual moments are in that vlog. So if you're looking for an intense Amanda reaction, watch the vlog. They are definitely in there. Nathan says, how much do we need? 115, right? My pregnancy brain's doing that math right. We need 115 to hit the goal. Yes, I will see you on the next live, David. Don't be a stranger. The next live will be in 2 weeks, at least. So it's every 2 weeks. As I said, if you do click the bell for notifications, if you give the bell some kisses, it will notify you. Troy says bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye. It will notify you of the community posts. So you'll see when I do the wins post, so you can add your win, and then you'll see when the next live stream is, because I post the date on that wins post. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to log off. It's so hard to walk away. Cool. David kissed the bell. Linksy, you got here right in the last few seconds. Alrighty, I love you guys. What, Justin should be on SNL tonight? I might have to tune in. You got my attention. Okay. I am honestly so happy I made it through this stream because I was going, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can make it through. I don't know if people are just going to freak out on me. Thank you, Eugene. We hit 140. Come on, we're 110 away. We're 110 away. It's so hard to walk away knowing that just a few pledges could get us there. And I'm losing my voice. I don't feel like I've been yelling or anything. Why is my voice cracking? Elise says you could stream after dinner. I do dog sitting and dog boarding as my other one of my mini jobs, and I have doggy drop-ins to do afterwards. I have to go to other clients' houses to go feed the doggies dinner and let them out and stuff. And I have a couple of other things I need to do tonight. So, Nathan said that he sent some via PayPal. Got it. Thank you so much. We're getting there. I love when things just come together last minute. So we're at 167 out of our 250 goal. I love it when things just come together last minute like this. Thank you so much. We're so close. In my brain, we're close. And I'm sitting here. Please keep dinner warm for me. We might be on a roll here. Keep dinner warm for me. No eating without me. If the baby has to wait, y'all have to wait. Especially the special 50-year anniversary of SNL tonight. Oh, that makes me feel old. Eugene says, don't leave yet, AWeb. Aw, you finally got the AWeb. Oh, she has hiccups again. She's been getting hiccups. Aurora's been getting hiccups a lot lately. It's so cute. It's one of those things where you just feel like, blip, blip, blip. So she just, it's really cute. I'm gonna do a dumb thing and take a drink of water because I'm getting all wound up. All right, I'm blowing the candle out. Ow. Blowing the candle out. Oh, that's right, Elise. I forgot that you were older, so you can't actually become emancipated. They do have guardianship. I'm gonna have to look into the laws of your state on that because I'm not really familiar. I know if they have guardianship and your special needs that there are special circumstances surrounding that, but I think there still are ways to circumvent that, especially if there is some kind of emotional or physical abuse. So I am going to look into the legal and social work aspect of this for you. At least I have to pay $1,000. No, so there should be every area should have some kind of legal assistance. So seriously, I'm going to look into all this for you. Yeah, nobody can afford $1,000 for stuff right now. Absolutely nobody. And my nose is running again. Even with the in-sync pillow on my back, it's starting to kill me here. Okay. I really do have to go eat. I'm going to go have dinner. Guys, if you do want to make further pledges, I always keep the goal open for 24 hours after a stream. So if we do hit it, I will post that over in the community. Right now we're at 167, so we're very, very close. I have to greet. I really have to pee because now she's hiccuping on my bladder. So, oh my gosh. Every time I will try to leave, we're just so freaking close. Good. Wait. So now we're at 207. I'm like, but I have to pee and I have to eat. Baby does want food. I love you. Thank you, Eugene. Thank you so much. I'm just sitting here literally doing the pee-pee dance. And literally my knees are together and I'm doing the pee-pee dance right now. You are a hero, Eugene. Send me an email so I can send you a little special something. Eugene says, go pee and come back. Yeah, but dinner's ready too right now. And the 14-year-old's probably going to come up here and beat me because I'm making him wait. I'm making him wait for dinner for me. Oh, gosh. I can hear him. I think we're 43 short. We're 43 short of the goal. Yeah, David, I said 14. He turned 14 last month, and Mommy pretty much had a mental. It just absolutely blows my mind. I think I told you guys a while back that I went to go check the mail, and his shoes were by the door, and I put them on not thinking, and got about halfway there and just went freaked out because I can now put on his shoes. As you can see, he's about as tall as I am. So yeah, he's yelling at me from the other room right now, though. So yeah, we're 43 short of our goal, but thank you guys so much. We did much better this stream than the other streams, so it did put a couple of drops in my bucket. As I said, I will post if we do hit it through PayPal and Venmo. But if you do pledge that way after the stream, if you pledge through PayPal or Venmo, make sure you make a note that it's a stream pledge, just so I know where it came from. Obviously, I saw yours just now. That 27 from Nathan had come through. I put that as the stream goal, but thank you guys. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. I can hear myself echoing now in the background, and it's weird. But I will see you in a couple of weeks. Mwah.